Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. Let's talk about guided orthodontics. What is that? Shoot, I didn't even know. I had to ask ChatGPT. I have no idea what guided orthodontics is. Evidently, it's like a keyword. So I thought I'd just check it out. So guided orthodontics is a personalized approach in orthodontic treatment using digital technology where the final aesthetic and functional outcomes are simulated to guide the treatment plan. So basically, your Clincheck is guided orthodontics. Also, working with a consultant could be guided orthodontics. So they talk about pre-restorative planning. They talk about clear aligners using PGO. What the heck is PGO? Sorry. Prosthetically guided orthodontics. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So basically the idea is that you have a goal in mind, right? Okay, and I hope all orthodontists are doing guided orthodontics, but they're not all doing it, right? That's where what is our goal? What is our functional goal? What is our aesthetic goal? What is our restorative goal? Start with the goals and then work backwards to make the plan. It's really not that hard. I think just a lot of dentists, not orthodontics, but even orthodontists, they're just freaking winging it. And it always kind of shocks me when they are doing these quote unquote restorative cases or collaborative cases where they're making space for a bridge or an implant or, something like that, a veneer or whatever. And they're not even checking in with the general dentist or whoever's restoring it. That is insane. That is not guided orthodontics. That is one person just guessing orthodontics. You have to talk to whoever's doing the next step work. So there might be 3, 4, 5, 6 doctors involved in this plan. This is what the orthodontist is all about. Now, for you guys who are primary care dentists, you might be doing all the restorative. Well, lucky you. You getting to double dip. That is why I tell all these dental students, don't go into orthodontics. Are you insane? You lost your funnel's drying up. The funnel is how you make the money. Okay, and I go back 20, 30 years ago. We were just referred patients. It wasn't a problem because general dentists didn't want to do braces. Well, now guess what? Technology got easier. And they realized it's really easy to do Invisalign if you know what you're doing. And then you have to know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to get junk and relapse and headaches. Yeah. So in any case, just keep that in mind, that you need to have an end plan and work backwards. And that's why working with an orthodontic mentor is the best way to go, because you guys are the restorative doctors. You guys have your plan. Let me or let one of us help you get there in the most predictable, healthiest, risk-free method as well. And keep in mind, anytime you're doing guided orthodontics, remember it is standard of care to offer risk, benefits, and alternatives on every single plan. There's almost never only one plan, unless you had a very straightforward, mild to moderate crowding, class 1, no Bolton, no perio, well then there's one plan, straighten the teeth. But I would say that composes 5% of cases, very small. Most of the time, there's more than one plan, and it is standard of care to not only explain the plan, but to document the plan, as well as the risk, benefits, and alternatives to each and every plan. You have to do this, and this is the part that orthodontists do well. Many do. Some get lazy and don't do it. They just say, this is what we're doing. Nah. Because you know what? Parents are getting smarter, and they know now that they're supposed to get their risk, benefits, and alternatives. It's called informed consent, and it's not just about a paper. Okay, so if you guys don't know all the different ways that this can be done, maybe you're only going to offer plan A, which is, aligners with IPR. That's cool. Nothing wrong with plan A. It is one option. You can tell them, I'm only offering this plan. There may be other plans, okay? It probably behooves you to go to an orthodontist to get all the plans, because I'm only going to offer this plan. Nothing wrong with saying that. You're being totally transparent. They might think you're not that smart. So better that you understand all the plans, that you can explain all the plans and explain the risk, benefits, and alternatives to plans. This is one thing that we offer at Straightsmile Solutions that I don't think any other consulting company is offering. If they are, I don't know about it, because a lot of them are asynchronous, where they just do the work for you. Yeah, we can do that. Sure, no problem. We're happy to do the work for you. It's a lot easier. We get paid the same, so we don't care. But, sometimes we're going to confuse you and give you 3 different options and say, hey, let's schedule a Zoom so we can talk about these options. If you don't schedule it, not my problem, okay? Not my problem. That's your fault. So today I'm not feeling very compassionate for people because I don't feel compassionate when you guys come back to me after I said, hey, let's talk about 3 options, and you just wing it and go for it, and you don't do what you need to do, and now the patient became a nightmare. So, yeah. Anyways, sorry, a little tongue-in-cheek today, but definitely keep this in mind. And also keep in mind that there are plenty guided orthodontics companies that have recently gone bankrupt. I'm not going to name who they are. I know stuff before it gets published. Or they're in the path to bankruptcy. Now, a lot of people can recover from bankruptcy. A lot of people can't. I don't know. I'm not going to name their names. So, but if your favorite guided orthodontics company no longer exists, that's because you got too greedy. You want to make sure that it's better to compartmentalize your guided orthodontics. You have the right person helping you make the plan that's not going away. So that way, if needed, you can switch labs. Labs are easy to switch, very easy to switch if needed. You know, maybe one of them has tariffs, you don't want to use it anymore. Maybe their speed is low, you don't want to use them anymore. You should have multiple labs, be it aligner labs, guided planning labs, whatever, fabrication labs. You should have multiple plans. So, all right. So sorry that was a little rambly, but just wanted to get you guys excited to learn some ortho. All right, take care.